Okay. Hi, my name is Nicholas Mejia. I'm doing this for the disability class for a group that requested me to do a video talking about my disability. So I'm a above the knee amputee, or AKA, on the left leg. And actually, I don't know if this is mirrored image because I'm recording on a tablet. But I'm on the left leg. I have an amputee on the left leg, and I lost my leg to osteosarcoma, which is just bone cancer, and it was in my knee, my growth plate in my knee. The reason why we found it out that I had a tumor was when I was 4 years old. My brother and I were playing on a slip and slide, and we both went at the same time, and he landed on me, and I fractured my leg, and X-ray lit up for a fracture and a tumor in my knee. A little bit about what the experience was, I guess. The disability, I can basically do anything I want. Just like as a normal person, I think losing my leg at such a young age, when you're a kid, you don't really understand what no is, or what your parents say, no, you can't climb that tree because you have one leg, and you're 4 years old and all you're focused on is trying to be a kid. So I think that kind of benefit me in that aspect, because I went on to play football and swimming all through high school and middle school, and now I just play drums in a band. I've hiked Half Dome. I went skydiving, cliff diving. Got to travel. I'm going to Australia in October and Cancun in May, and then but yeah. Anyways, so basically I can do just about anything. Have I ever been through depression? Yes, but I never like really thought that it was because of my disability. Growing up, I was picked on. I was, picked on by other kids, but I don't blame them now that I'm older. They are curious, and they like to ask questions as to why things are different. So yes, I was called names like Inspector Gadget or the Terminator, and some of them were cool, and some of them I ended up getting into a little fist fight. But that was like elementary school, and so. But yeah. The way it affected my family, probably not so much the amputation, it's more of the cancer. I don't know, but in my opinion, cancer affects not just the victim who's diagnosed, but also the people like around the victim, the people who love that person, And I think it's actually harder on the family than it is on the diagnosed individual. I feel like any one of us would be, like, if one of our loved ones were going through such a bad illness or disease or something like that, I guarantee you, like, at least 9 times out of 10 we would feel, hey, I wish it was me going through that. And so I think that's how my cancer affected my family. So I think it really put a lot of stress on my parents, watching their son go through it. And I'm 23 years old, cancer free now, and I can't imagine being their age. They were like 21 and 23 going through that, and I can't imagine, so I'm very grateful. Anyways, I'll talk more about the leg. I don't know if you can see, I'm recording in the library, but yeah, so basically have prosthetic on the left side, but it is the left side. I don't know if it's mirrored image. I'll actually pull it off, and the way it works is there's a button right there, and that's like an air pressure valve. So basically I have a sock on my stump, I call it a stump, and I insert it in here. And then when I go and put it on, the air that came with me inserting my stump inside holds my leg. And to release it, you press this button, it releases air, and I'm able to slide back out. Now the whole thing, this is carbon fiber. Forget what it's called. We call it an insert, I guess. So it's carbon fiber insert, really lightweight. The whole leg's about 5 pounds. This is all titanium from right here, titanium alloy. The pipe is hollow, so very lightweight. The knee is hydraulic, and I also have a tool that can adjust the flexion and extension. So basically, if I'm going snowboarding or even skateboarding, preferably snowboarding, I do this. I'll change the setting in here, change the resistance of how slowly or how stiff the flexion is, the bend and extension. So how much the flexion resistance has and how much the resistance of extension it has. So that's what that little tool is for. Comes right off, and then so it's just like a little tool, and then you just put it in the little hole and you crank it to whatever level you want of resistance. The foot, it's just a normal foot, really, a rubber foot shell. take off the thing. Mine's really like at least a couple years old. That's why I run outside with it. It's tearing up a lot. I'm overdue for a new foot shell. But yeah, the foot is called a C foot. Basically, I don't know if you can see. Yeah, I doubt it's too dark. Basically, on the inside, my ankle looks like a C, and so it's a pipe, and then it has a C, and then the rest of the foot, and that's just good for bouncing and jumping around and whatnot. But yeah, that's basically the prosthetic. I don't want to rush, but like I feel like I'm not really good at speaking, and but anyways, yeah. So my whole disability, going through life, cancer was cancer, and like I said, I had it at such a young age. I didn't really know what was going on. I do remember like them putting I call it the gas mask on you, the anesthesia to put you out and whatever. I remember all that. I had stomach ulcers, even contracted staph infection one time or whatever. But yeah, I've been through somewhat of a lot. But the whole thing about losing my leg at such a young age is, like I said earlier, is you don't know what no means at like a kid. You get in trouble like anything else, and losing your limb isn't anything really different. It doesn't change your mentality. I feel like, in my opinion, at such a young age, at 4 years old. Now, had I lost my arm, one of my arms, both my arms or whatever, I think I would be a little bit more frustrated, because even nowadays I have friends who are missing a left arm or a right arm, and they don't even like the prosthetic, and half the time it's just not as useful as a leg, because usually there's like sensory nodes inside the arm, and so you push your stub against the sensory node and it closes your hand like that fast or whatever. So a lot of times they don't really wear their prosthetic arms. Now that's not the case for everybody, but at least for like two of my friends. I have like 3 amputee friends, but yeah, 2 of them are missing an arm, and they don't prefer the prosthetic. It's just faster to do this. They're so used to, they've adapted. They've had it, 3 limbs for, as long as I have. So, but had I lost an arm, I feel like I probably wouldn't use a prosthetic as well. Now that I lost my left leg, I'm grateful to have a prosthetic, because I can still run, bicycle, I still go to the gym and stuff like that. I was able to hike Half Dome, and do anything that really comes to mind. So yeah, I think it's a lot easier for just have a prosthetic leg. It's more useful, I assume. It's quicker, you just put it on. You don't have to wait for the flexion and extension to slowly close when you're grasping something. Any advice to give people in life, I guess? I would say, life, if there's one thing I've learned in 23 years of living, life works in weird ways, but that's it right there. Like, life works in weird ways, but it works, it works. We all have our own stories, and we all go through our ups and downs. We all have families, or no families. We have dysfunctional families. We have, families with financial crisis, and I grew up poor and whatever, but it doesn't matter that wherever you come from, you have the decision to create your own happiness. You have the decision to wake up and say, I'm going to go do this because that's what I want to do. I'm going to go jump out of a plane with a parachute for the first time because that's what I want to do. I'm going to go graduate because I'm going to be the first one in my family. Whatever it is, you have the decision to create your own happiness. And it's just like, if there's anything I can give, it's just like, don't waste time and don't lose sleep on anything that is not worth losing anything over. This is life. We're all young. We have plenty of life to live. Hopefully we're given those years and we live it to the fullest, because we're all, spending our time, but it's how we choose to spend our time. And, are you going to be a great person and just be a positive change in this lifestyle and in this world, or what mark do you want to leave? And that's what I think we should all remember. We create our own happiness. We can choose who we want to be. Yes, we all come from different backgrounds, but we should all also respect each other's ideas, religions, our likes and dislikes. We are all so opinionated in our own mind because we're human, but we can also all be respectful towards people with disabilities. We can all be respectful to people who have better things than us and stuff like that. And every now and then you're going to run into, this jerk and this person, but that should never dictate how your day's going to be. You should always wake up and decide that you are in control of your life. Sometimes things are thrown out of control, but the universe, fate, Buddha, God, whatever you want to believe in, knew that when you woke up today, you were going to go through some bad stuff. Whoever is in control of this place knew that today, on this day, you were going to go and have a bad day. So why lose sleep over it? They already knew what was going to happen, and they know what's going to, the consequences to it. They know you're going to rise up above it. So I would say just pick and choose your battles. Always, always remember that sleep is important. Don't lose sleep on someone who doesn't text you back or whatever. There's so many people out in the world. Maybe you like, I don't know, went through a bad breakup, but who knows? Maybe you're supposed to marry some guy or some girl in Italy or Australia whenever you go there. The world is so big and so beautiful to stay in one spot. And that's just the beauty of it. I always had a negative outlook with depression. I used to cut and be suicidal and whatever. But one day I just woke up and, this is my choice to live, and I'm going to choose to live. So it is what it is, and we all have our own stories. And it's a damn good blessing to be alive. And thank you for letting me speak on your behalf. I hope that the rest of your presentation goes well, and I hope you enjoy this video. Completely winging it right now, and it's already 11 minutes. Hope that's not too long. But take care of each other, and always go after your goals. Don't let anything ever stop you. Take out a loan if you need to take out a loan to buy your car or buy your school. As long as you finish school, as long as you finish, don't worry about those loans. You're going to get to where you need to be. Everyone's on that same track. Some people are going faster, some are going slower, but we're all going to get to the same spot. It's just in our own time. Be patient, be patient, be patient. The world works in weird ways, but it works. All right, take care, everybody. Thank you.